everyone, gang, good morning. It is 10 o'clock Denver's time, Mountain's time, so good morning. Today is going to be a surprise, actually. It's not going to be anything engineering. So it's going to be calculus. Got a couple of questions from, people who watched the last video, and they requested a question, one for Gregory and one for Daniela. So both actually the same question, or the same topic I should say. They're talking about power series. Same. Well, I would talk about calculus in general, and then we will cover their questions. So, I will be, as promised, I'll be talking about calculus 1, 2, and 3. I will be focusing more on calculus 1 and 2. The reason behind that, a lot of people don't struggle with calculus 3. Most of my clients actually struggle with calculus 2. The techniques of integrals, the application of integrals, shell method, washer method, all that, crap. Calculus 1 is more like limits and derivatives and integration. So I'll be touching, I'll hopefully, according to one of my, bosses, John Bott, told me to basically put videos under limits, under derivatives, under integrals, so you don't have to go say, well, I've got this one, that one, this one, and, just all over the place. But for now, let's just solve their questions about power series. So now it's your turn to give me some questions if you have any questions. So it's sigma, and start with 0 infinity of 4 to the n over 2 to the n plus 1 factorial times x to the 2n minus 1. Well, we need to find, let's put that here, find interval of convergence and radius of convergence. And when we talk about interval of convergence, we need to make sure that we test the endpoints. So let's get started. Let's write fun, because it is so much fun. So limit n goes to infinity. So you want to do an plus 1 over an less than 1. That is by itself called ratio test. And we will talk about all that thing. So let's just erase this for now. And say, well, I've got limit as n goes to infinity. 4n plus 1, right? You add 1 to each n. 2n plus 1 plus 1, the entire thing is factorial, times x to the 2n minus 1 plus 1, all over, let's just make a space here, say less than 1 for now, and say 4 to the n over 2n plus 1 factorial times x to the 2n minus 1. Right? Copying that. So what I typically do, I take the common, the mutual terms together and start canceling. Right? Everyone knows that we're doing calculus, so we don't have to write calculus, because that sounds like fun calculus, right? So limit n goes to infinity. Here's what I'm saying. 4 to the n plus 1 with 4 to the n. So I'm going to write them underneath each other. And I'm going to take this with that. So that will be actually 2n over x to the 2n minus 1. And then we will have this on top, right? Reciprocate that. Over 2 times n to n. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 2n plus 3 factorial. If you are aware of this, you could just finish the problem. Say, I'm done. Why? Because your denominator, your bottom, is way greater than your numerator. Therefore, this goes to 0. In other words, x can be any value on the interval between negative infinity to positive infinity. So the radius of convergence would be infinity, right? So that means interval of convergence, x. Now obviously you can't close the infinity, so radius of convergence is this minus that over 2. That's still infinity, right? And that should do it. Fun, right? I will do the Daniela's question in a separate video. So that would be hopefully today as well. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.